It's a beautiful feeling to have the little arm and the little fingers touches your body.
Saved message, Thursday, 11:56 p.m.
And knowing that this is a real human being that you actually created. And now that you've watched them grow up to at least 24, 25, whatever.
Teach him how to do it. I'm gonna fucking kill him. No, let's get this money. Let's get this money. Teach him how to do it. Come on, man. I'm gonna go get it, man.
And for somebody else to come and steal that away from you, it's like death itself to you.
To replay this message, press 1.
Shagun Farquharson is one of 15 young blacks killed in a violent spree in Toronto in the past 4 months. The 24-year-old's last words were somehow recorded on his cell phone's voicemail.
My son was shot to death. I'm asking the public to help and to put an end to these murders.
In the past 6 years, over 125 young black males have been murdered in Toronto, accounting for a third of the city's homicides. 75% of them remain unsolved, almost double the city's average. Yet, at a candlelight vigil called to raise awareness of the problem, only a small number of people show up.
It is now such a consistent pattern, almost on a weekly basis, for one black youth killing another black youth, that it no longer has any meaning for us in terms of the implications for community life, for community self-esteem, for community self-respect, and so on. We just go on and we try to survive. We need to find other ways to deal with this. This is a crisis of immense proportion.
Amen. Give her a round of applause as she comes right now. This is a mother on a mission.
It's been a year since Julia's son, Shagun Farquharson, was murdered, and his killers are still at large. She wants them brought to justice, and she wants to save other mothers' children.
Good evening, everyone. This is Shagun Farquharson. He's the young man that was begging for his life on the cell phone. This murder has not been solved. And I'm reaching out to everyone, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers. We live in this community. He goes to school at Marian Academy. Most of everyone know this young man. Most of every single mother must have known how hard it is, how difficult it is to work, to support your children, and to raise them to this age, only for another young person to take this life. I am not angry, because if I was angry, I couldn't be standing before you. I have love in my heart, and I can forgive this person. I want to save other children's lives. I want to help other mothers by bringing this picture in front of everyone. I didn't have any fear to think that my son could be out there dead, because I didn't expect somebody is going to shoot my son. My son is a caring, loving kid that, he helps everyone. He's not one of those kids that you'll pass and you're afraid to talk to him. He's the first person to say hello. It doesn't matter who you are.
As his agent, I would like to introduce to you, from the Toronto Marlies Hockey Organization, Shagun Farquharson. Thank you, Farquharson.
I feel proud of my team. We won the medal, World Junior Championships, Canada, Team Canada. We're on.
Shagun didn't have an arrest record. He had been a promising athlete. To his family and friends, he was a sweet-natured person. But the fact is, Shagun ended up dead. He lived in Rexdale, on the outskirts of Toronto, in a public housing complex known as Duncan Woods. 52 mostly black, mostly poor, single-parent families live in its maze of townhouses. Almost half of Toronto's blacks live below the poverty line, most of those in public housing. Rexdale has many of these communities and has become a battle zone for criminal youth gangs. Shootings are common, but often the victims aren't gang members themselves.
Why is it that they think because my son died, it has to be either drug-related or gang-related? My son wasn't in gangs, and my son wasn't in drugs, because surely my son wouldn't be in drugs in my house. I am a Jamaican. I came here when I was 21 years old. I don't use drugs, I don't smoke, and I don't drink. And that's how I grow my kids. Hi. I brought this vase. It's my son's memorial. I won. No, I won 24.
24 in there.
Today is the first anniversary of her son's death, and Julia is holding a memorial service. To keep Shagun's case alive, she's invited Shagun's friends, the media, the police, and community leaders.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. It might not fit, but tough to fit. It's not easy, it's hard. But I have to be strong. I have to be strong.
Okay, those are the 36.
Right.
And those are the 24.
Okay,
okay,
sure.
Sweetheart,
Yeah.
just do the best you can when you go home.
Okay, yeah. Because 24 was his number of years that he lived. And the one red one, that's the blood. We want to make this a lasting remembrance of what brought us together. We are here for a purpose, and that purpose is to see changes to the justice system, the education system, and the employment system. Young men, black men, take a look at yourself in the mirror and see what a wonderful human being you are. Put the guns down. I challenge you all, as a mother, a sister, a humankind, no more killings. Sorrow and grief has brought myself and several other mothers together, and we have formed You Move, United Mothers Opposing Violence Everywhere.
Quite honestly, we don't want any more mothers in our group. We really don't want any more members in our group, because the only reason someone joins our group is because their child has been killed violently, and we don't want them. We don't want any more. Our group is big enough right now.
Julia's group, You Move, has 15 members. None of the mothers have seen their children's murderers convicted, but Julia has faith that if she can keep up the public pressure, Shagun's killers will be identified.
I grew up with him. Miss him a lot, too.
Why was he killed?
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that one.
You don't want to get into what?
Because I don't know why he was killed.
People just don't want to talk about it because when they think about it more,
come on, people are scared.
Nah.
Let's face it, people are scared to talk about it. People are trying to protect other people. So let's be real.
Another man just want to bury it and let it go.
There's people out there that knows what happened. For some reason, whether they're afraid or not, I don't know. But in time, they're not going to be able to keep their tongue within inside their mouth. It's going to be so hot that they have to open it to get cool breeze, so they'll speak.
Are you optimistic that this can be solved and will be solved?
It will be solved. It will be solved. It might take some time, but it will be solved.
Homicide detectives Ken Taylor and Mark Saunders say they have logged hundreds of hours on Shagun's case. No arrests have been made.
We saw a pair of running shoes, located a vehicle. We located 2 bullets that were on scene at that particular point in time as well. So the whole thing is starting to give us a little bit of a picture where we're going to be going from there, sort of thing.
There is one piece of evidence in Shagun's case that sets it apart from any others. The last minutes of his life were recorded by his cell phone. The police believe that it takes us right up to the seconds before Shagun was shot and killed.
56 p.m.
And if you can't go, why can't I go? Why can't I go? I wouldn't like you. Why can't you go? I wouldn't like you, man. No, listen, call the dude on the phone right now. I'm gonna go get it. Shut up. Yo, I know. Yo, B, just cool, man. Yo, B, where I'm gonna go get it for you, man. Pick up the phone. I'm gonna go get it for you, man. Where is it? Yo, B, just let me go get it for them, man. Yo, let me go get it for them. I swear to God, man. I'll pay for it out of my own pocket and get it for them. I swear to God, please.
We're able to get in real time what had occurred, the emotions, the dialogue, the conversation, all of the elements that you normally wouldn't be able to capture.
We believe that there was 4 distinct voices on the tape. We were able to identify 2 of them, one of which was a witness, and one of which was Mr. Farquharson's voice.
I swear, B. I swear, this don't do this to me, man. What? Try that.
Shagun was the kind of kid everyone expected to do well. Instead, he became one of dozens of young black men to die violently in recent years.
Through Julia's efforts, Shagun's murder has become the stuff of radio talk shows. This morning, 2 of Shagun's former hockey teammates are being interviewed.
Everybody knew Shagun. On the ice, he was very tough and feisty and played hard, but it didn't match his character off the ice.
Julia has been seeking the truth about Shagun's murder. Now she's about to hear for the first time that he had a secret life.
But then there's another side of me that sees him in his coffin. And there is a small part of me that has a little bit of guilt in the sense that I knew that he was getting involved with the wrong crowd, yet I never did anything to try to help him. I knew he was struggling to find a job.
He had told me that he was involved with some stuff, that he was making a little bit of money. He said that he was having a hard time finding work. He was into something he didn't want to be in, but he was doing it for his family and, you know.
He, in essence, wound up getting killed as a result of an attempt to consummate a counterfeit money deal.
One of the first words out of their mouth is, "Where's the money? Go get it. Where's the money? Go get it. I'll get it. Where is it? I don't have it." So it was a rip-off for $15,000, which the suspects hoped to get was $15,000 worth of counterfeit money, and that's it. There's nothing else to read into. It was a robbery, and they didn't get their money, and this person cowardly shot Mr. Farquharson in the back.
Right across here. And this is the exact spot it happened. His body was lying somewhere across the road, right along the curve there. That's where he was. The lady who called the 911, she told me that's where his body was lying. Like his head was that way and his feet was turning this way. And he was right upon the curve there. And she said that's where he fell. So whether they push him out of the car, shoot him and then push him out of the car, I don't know. But I assume that's what happened.
Only the person that accompanied Shagun can say for sure why he was there that night. According to the police, the witness claims to be unable to recall the facts critical to bringing the case to trial.
We strongly believe we know who the person was who was in the backseat of that car, who pulled the trigger and shot Shagun in the back. And we strongly believe that we have a very good case once we get that one particular phone call.
The police are now hoping that the killer's accomplice will come forward.
If you ask me the question, what if the driver came forward today and gave you a statement, the person would be arrested immediately after the interview. That's how close we are.
So far, no one is prepared to testify in Shagun Farquharson's case, a hallmark of the unsolved murders.
It's a serious problem, but we have to understand how the criminalization and recriminalization of a lot of our young people occurs consistently. And this creates a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of distrust, and a lot of fear in young people in terms of dealing with the police or the criminal justice system.
The police have not yet told Julia the name of the witness, but he and the suspects may live in the community. Julia worries about her other children, most of all, her surviving son, Gaddafi.
Ask these kids here if they want to play 4-on-4 basketball.
I don't think they want to. I don't know. I don't know. So you're going up to play ball? Yeah.
Gaddafi is very quiet. He's very, very quiet. But he and Shagan used to get along really well. Shagan will tell him the things that he is doing that might be wrong in terms of school or in terms of playing sports. But now that he's not there to kind of teach him or to show him different things as a big brother, it's difficult. Weekends and evenings are free. Then the day is only 50 minutes you have for the month.
I know, and someone called me. I was telling them to call me back later. I'll call them back later.
Well, if every time somebody going to call you and it's going to take up the 50 minutes the whole month. 50 minutes is less than 1 hour for 1 month, which is 30 days. Gaddafi doesn't talk to me now. Like, he doesn't come to me. Like, before we could joke, we could, But now, the only time he's talked to me, he just says, Mom, the police are not going to do anything.
For how much games are we in, JP? 7 games?
7 games right there.
We fried these guys 7 times
right here.
still. 7
It's
times.
the truth right here.
All right, let's go.
The truth.
In addition to the pessimism about his brother's case, Gaddafi dislikes his mother's ongoing activism.
Yeah, I think my mom's changed, but she thinks I changed too. I mean, that's how life is, though. Life's full of changes. Yeah, my mom's involvement in all this media stuff does affect me because I really believe that she should just, stick to her own stuff and anything because honestly, that's not really helping. I feel, this is what I feel, it's not helping me. Maybe it's helping her, but it's not helping me.
Gaddafi leaves the neighborhood every day to play basketball in a quiet suburban community center. He is waiting to hear if he will receive a college scholarship. In spite of this, he fits the profile of what the police call an at-risk youth. That is, he's black, male, from a single-parent family, and living in public housing.
Basketball keeps me going, keeps my mind straight. I gotta be active and take everything day at a time, And I just make sure everything's normal to me. Because if I have anything changes, that's gonna be a downfall for me. And I don't want to have a downfall because if I have a downfall, then I might do something wrong. And right now I'm doing all right.
This is where Gillette Sunbury, Lloyd, we shoot him too. And Gillette is also one of the mothers that is in the group with us, in the You Move group. I like to come here. I like to walk among the dead. Better to walk among the dead than walk among the living. This guy, he too was shot and killed. I think they're one of those that died from the same shooting business. They were the same age as Shagan. Reagan Wayne.
Every victim had a mother, and they find solace in each other's company at a retreat arranged by concerned friends. Also present is a youth at risk whom they hope will give them insight into why young men so easily turn to violence.
I have 9 candles for the 9 children that we're giving, and I've put one middle one for the mothers that are not here.
I know Shagan is just there now, laughing with his big teeth. And he always said, Mom, that's true still, True still. I love my mom still, He always said, everything he said, it's still. This young man here, he was talking just like Shagan would say, everything, it's right still, It's true still.
18-year-old Negus Tafari is here with his mother, who is one of the organizers. They live in a Toronto public housing project where gangs are active.
I don't know.
Still business.
Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know my
Some of them are born killers. It's like that anger inside of them say, I want to do it and I don't care. You know what I mean?
And other youths will pressure them to go and fight other youths.
Is it very...
If they're pointing a gun at me, right there, that calls for straight retaliation. I think you guys know what I mean by that.
Okay. So
Plus, I'm young. So
is there anything else you could do to prevent them killing you or to protect yourself without you having to take their life first?
Yeah.
What do you think you could do to prevent them from actually doing what they're threatening to do or to protect yourself?
I don't know, just take the slug.
Just take the slug?
Take it.
Take the what?
Take the slug.
You're limiting your answers to solutions that you have to come up with on your own, as if you live in isolation, as if you live by yourself and there's nobody else in the world around you?
No, everybody's scared too.
Everybody's scared too.
Why should they be scared of? They're scared for their life, so why should they be scared for my life?
There is another side to Negus that he didn't reveal at the retreat. On the streets, he's known as Ghetto Prophet.
The name is GP. I'm the best in this game, and I don't give a what. I might spit in your face, and I am not you. And this is not your life, so get off my dick. This is not your fight. Listen to me. I'm young, but I'll have you dead. Get the word, I'll turn your brain into scrambled egg. Yeah.
Like Julia's family, Negus Tafari lives in public housing in a high-crime area. And like 40% of black youth in Toronto, Negus is not in school and is unemployed. In his world, the most important thing is respect, and the way to get respect is through toughness.
A man could just kill a man because he feels like it. A man could just kill a man because he looked at him in the wrong way. A man could just kill a man because, he's chilling with one of a guy that he has beef with. It's one of his enemies, you know? I don't think about hope. I never did think about hope. Either. I believe this is him.
Something not right here. Something not right.
It's all of a sudden it is just popping up like all over the place.
When neighbors meet around Julia's kitchen table, the subject often turns to the community's troubles.
It's pitiful. It's pitiful.
Then that's what I asked that question.
Pitiful.
Why did we grow up this way and all of a sudden the last generation, the kids are just gone sideways?
I don't know.
I blame society. I blame the parents and them too, but most people, they can't talk to the kids because if you talk to the kids, or it's abuse, they go to school, the teacher tell them if your mom talk to you like that, tell me, they call children's aid and whatever. When you guys was growing up, I don't care about no children's aid. I don't care about nobody. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So most of these parents are, they're scared. I'm not giving power to nobody. I beat them up. Beat them up. I'm not telling no lies there. They don't know that. Just like you, just like
I beat them up.
Just like
That's what most parents of the kids, all my friends, their parents were the same mindset.
But
You know,
these
they
young
did something wrong.
mothers now, they're scared.
And then the problem is though, you see, some parents can't handle it. They don't know how to do it. They don't do it with love. They do it with hate.
Yeah, we're not talking about
And when you do it with hate, you abuse them.
The Bible tell you,
You understand?
train up the child how you want him to grow. The Bible tell you that.
But these kids, when they see the stuff on TV, they don't see the in-between. All they see, these guys their age, fancy cars, lots of women, lots of money.
In 2001, the Toronto police laid over 4,000 firearm possession charges, a 5-fold increase in 5 years. In response, the police have set up a citywide guns and gangs task force.
The escalation of firearms in Toronto, the escalation of gangs, and the escalation of the drug trade are a very toxic mix. And what's happened is these scores are being settled with guns.
Shagun Farquharson lived in an area with the highest rate of violent crime in Toronto. and may have had contact with gang members.
What you have to understand is that the gang is a criminal organization. Criminal organization, there's a purpose. The purpose is to commit crime, make money, that's their livelihood. It's like, if I can buy a product from here, I can buy it cheaper over here, or I can obtain a service, I'm going to obtain the service over there.
Yo, we represent. We represent, yo. Let me show you something, B. Yo, see us? The LGC clip. All the men that ain't even here right now, you know what I'm saying? The niggas like us, yo, we represent the turf. Seeing?
What's your turf?
Can't even really tell you too much, you know what I'm saying? Just give you a little something, something. You know? We handle beef and shit.
You go to the school?
Got kicked out of school.
Why?
Because, man, I stabbed the kid in his throat. Yeah.
Stab the kid in his throat? Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we do, yo. That's LGC. LGC. Let me show you the sign. Seeing? Represent. Represent. Yo, cuz. Yo. This thing wants to know about LGC. She wants to know what the niggas is repping.
A gang offers nothing more than what the normal social structure of family and society offers. Bonding, friendship, purpose, protection. The kids that are being targeted are the kids that don't have that. So they're ripe for the picking.
What do you guys do?
G-bang on the block. Gang bang, yo. Represent. LGC niggas, yo, we don't take shit from nobody, you know what I'm saying? All the niggas is down on the real tip. Nah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, yo.
Does your mom know?
Mom don't really give a fuck.
Is that what you guys do?
No, we play ball and stuff.
So why, do you go to school?
Yeah, I go to school, man.
So why is it important to be cool like that?
Yo, it's all about respect. Respect. And if you ain't hard, you're not getting no respect.
No worries.
Whatever happens, you know what I'm saying? Shit. We all go when we gotta go, right? There's no set date when we're gonna die. So yo, why not represent until? See it?
So don't you have any hope for yourself?
No, who cares about hope? Who gives a fuck about all that shit, man? You know what I'm saying? We're just living. We all know we're gonna have to eventually die. No hope.
Every day I walk my streets, hear talks of beef. I'm an ox, gotta wash my streets. Police keep stopping me as
The
heat.
theology is La Vida Loca. It's like, it's now, it's power, it's money, it's drugs, it's women, it's the thrill, it's cultural. That's the problem that we have in the streets of Toronto right now.
The problem is now front and center in the community. Even Junior Carnival, a yearly Caribbean street festival for children, ends in violence. Police apprehend two youths when a woman is struck by a beer bottle. A 20-year-old male is arrested.
Back up.
Hey, wait, don't
Back up.
Don't touch my
Back
camera.
up.
Don't touch my camera.
He has a gun right now. Would you like to get shot?
Every day I
Back the
walk
fuck
my
up.
streets, hear talks of beef. I'm an ox, gotta wash my streets. Police keep stopping me as heat.
Right now in the hood, it's bad. Cats is gonna keep getting plugged. So it's a never-ending cycle. The kids are coming up, they start doing it. How many funerals have I been to, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, Green Eyes just got it. Who knows who I'm just, you know what I mean? My call could ring any second and they could be like, yo, this person got it, you know what I mean?
Are there gangs in that area?
A lot of gangs. Crip, Bloods, everywhere.
How you feel about that?
That's how life is.
Are you part of a gang?
I can't answer that question.
3 hours later, 200 meters away, 19-year-old Amar Young of Rexdale is shot to death in front of horrified revelers.
We have gun and/or gang enforcement on the street 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But can I just look at somebody and say, that person fits the profile of somebody that has a gun? No. Doesn't look like I have any guns. You know? That's how easy it is. Now all of a sudden I've got a lot more power than you. Now you're respecting me because I've got a gun. It's just one gun. Not a big deal. Now we got a bigger gun. Now I got more respect. Now I got two guns, one's big. This gun came from the United States. Somebody's tried to take the serial number off it. Brand new, you can buy this for next to nothing in the US. They're everywhere. Now I really don't like what's happening. Now I've got a machine gun. Now I'm gonna have tons of respect. Now everybody's gonna respect me.
O God, our Creator, our light in darkness, our courage in adversity, our strength in weakness, and our comfort in sorrow.
Keep us safe from the dangers of violence, banish it from our midst, and wipe away our tears.
Let us always feel the presence of your love, and be secure in your protection. Bless and pour out your peace and love
on us, on our community, and all who suffer, and our victims of violence. Amen.
And it's just another killing again and again and again. These guys are walking around with guns like they're in the army. These guys need not to go to jail. They need to be sent to the army. You send them to the Middle East, or send them to where there needs to be peacekeeping. Send them there so they can work along with, alongside soldier, for them to keep peace, so they can see what is peace and what is war. If they want war, send them there and make them see what peace and war is.
We know the economic situation, no jobs, no training, young people need counseling, we know all of that. The black community do not have the resources to deal with some of these problems, but we must get the resources, and it has to begin within our community.
Every day I walk my streets, hear talks of beef, I'm an ox, gotta wash.
You talk to the typical young person in our community, he's angry all the time. He's angry and impatient all the time. Why? Not because he's just angry because he's black for no reason. Everything about his reality makes him angry. And we need to understand why that happens. So we can understand why they would so easily take another black life. Because living has a meaninglessness to it for them. And a kind of depravity that says, I am so removed from what the society says is the Canadian dream that I have to do whatever I can to get what I can now in the ways that I can. And the future, really, I'll deal with it if I get there. Because in my reality, I'll probably be shot and killed.
Late summer, Julia's son, Gaddafi, is still waiting to hear about college. He's drawn to a U-Move 3-on-3 basketball tournament, co-sponsored by the police, who have uneasy relations with the residents of this housing project. As always, Julia uses the opportunity to take her message directly to young people.
What does that represent?
This is my son, Shagan, that was murdered last year, May the 18th. Where do you live?
Levin's Place.
Levin's Place, so in the Regent Park area? Okay. It's not all that bad though. Just that sometimes, people make it worse than it seems, right? But you just have to stay out of trouble, right? When you see trouble, you don't run to it. You run away from it, right?
I have some friends from school that smoke weed. I'm trying to encourage them to stop, but I don't know if it's working or not.
Well, just keep telling them, and you don't try it. You mustn't try it. You must have your own mind to say, well, that's not what I want to do, and I'm not going to do it. All right? So you take care, okay?
Although the mother's support group sees this as an opportunity to raise awareness, the police don't give them an opportunity to speak. They seem to want this to be a feel-good event, and the subject of violence is never raised.
We have with us here today on Center Court, Jamal McLaugh with the Charlotte or the New Orleans Hornets.
Even their star guest who grew up in Toronto does not mention that his stepbrother was gunned down nearby the year before.
everybody's out here together and then having a good time. And I think just work hard for you young ones, set goals, be hungry, and the sky's the limit. It wasn't too long ago that, I was here playing at the community center across the way there.
I think that events like these in the different neighborhoods I think that they have a lot more meaning to the organizers than the actual participants. Not that it's, a waste of time or anything, but it still won't give like a clear imprint of, how is it that an individual, a basketball player here is going to be able to get involved.
It's not going to build anything because there's still going to be violence around the world, You can't stop violence. You can't stop violence. It's just going to, because, this is a one-day thing. Violence is every day, If this was every day, then it could help, but it's not every day, so. After this is done, there could be violence. You can't help that.
14 months after Shegun's murder, and 30 more black youths have been killed on the streets of Toronto, including Shem Pascal, a 16-year-old male who was repeatedly stabbed after struggling to fend off another black youth in a robbery attempt.
Our children are dying. Parents have to educate their children about violence in Canada. Because Canada, the violence is getting out of hand with our black children. We don't come here for this. We are hungry. I'm a hungry mother. I'm hungry.
But sometimes we don't understand, but he understands everything.
Julia and members of her support group comfort newly bereaved mothers. Shem Pascal's mother recounts how she got a call from his friends and managed to flag down their car as they rushed her dying son to hospital.
I said, don't move him, just keep there. And they said, he said he can't do it because the other guy's going to shoot him. They have gun.
Oh, boy.
That's all I hear he said to me. And when he said that, I hear Shem bawling, mommy, 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 like he's still bawling. So he said, yeah, here he said, oh, I'm on your area. We're coming around your area. I said, please call him quick, around your area. And I hear, when he said call him quick, I hear he say, he dead. And I hear he start to bawl. And I just, my eyes open. And I get stupid, I run outside, I run down that way.
Was he died very hard for you, or you watch him?
Yes, I watch him die.
I don't think I could stand this.
When I watch him die, I watch everything, and I keep wiping blood. I wipe, I play with blood, I rub him, I kiss him up with blood because he wasn't stiff and he was just thinking, and all what I do.
So did he have last words? Like, did he talk to you?
He couldn't talk. Since they picked him up, he couldn't talk. He was dead. He's dead.
Really? I've never had someone who died like that.
That's a real nightmare. I don't know what it is.
It's over a year now.
It's over a year now, and nothing has been done. Maria, we can't continue with these kind of things. It's too many. Is it because I'm black?
Well,
Is it because I'm poor?
When was the last time you've been in touch with
The
him?
last time I spoke to the detective was back in February, I think. The first one, Ken Taylor, he was gone from the case a long while ago. It's only Mark Saunders, this was on it, and the last time I spoke to him, he says right now it's cold.
And so you haven't contacted, and they didn't contact you either?
No, nothing. I mean, the whole thing is shabby. I never get the death certificate. I never get, nothing, absolute nothing.
I think it's important that we know.
Yes,
and maybe
because
some closure there. Okay, and I'll write the minister, and I'll write Julian Fantino, our police chief, and see if we can get some up-to-date information.
Okay.
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 The police invite Julia's mother's group to the launch of Toronto's annual Caribbean Street Festival. But once again, they are not given an opportunity to speak.
Hi. What's up?
I'm running around.
What's happening? What happened? I don't know. Audit called me and said to come here. Do you know what we're doing supposed to be doing here?
No, we just invited members of your move to come to watch. They wanted to.
I wish I was told what exactly we were. No, she said come down.
Okay. No, we called her and said you can invite members of your move to attend.
Well, we want to be invited, yes, but we want to be recognized. We don't just want to be seen. Because the point is, my son died, and I want everybody to know this.
Oh, okay.
And that's
probably not a.
She can always said to me, Mom, why don't you go to your bed? And I said, because I want to see when you're coming. I want to see what's going on. Mom, you're like a spy. You're a spy. You should be an FBI. You always joke with me like that, you know? I'm not over protective, but I'm not under protective over my children. I lost one, and I don't intend to lose anymore. You had to wash. It was?
I'm gonna wash tonight, man.
Negus Tafari has been out of high school for 18 months, with no plans to return. He writes stacks of rhymes about his life, referring to gangs, enemies, and codes of conduct on his turf.
Money adds up. Bad-minded, one of a kind. I live in metro housing and I'm proud of it. Like how a rich man's rich and he proud of it. It's GP, repping both sides of the bridge. You crap motherfuckers know about both sides of the bridge. I paid a fifth for a bill, fifth worth of food. Niggas plot to jack me, true is hurting fools. And I ain't the best rapper, but I'm better than you. I'm a young bastard and I'm getting to you. A spot town, we the type to bust guns for funds. Always step in man's chest till he crushed the lung. I'm a citizen. And I chop the cane, King Tafari X. Ain't got no name, are you jealous, envious, grudgeful motherfuckers, all full with hatred? Fuck you, motherfucker, I'm the aspect like your vein, but he you lie. So just wanna fuck your family and see you die. Straight good.
Is that the future for you?
Yep, that's the future for me.
Yeah, so she got. That's right. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I see niggas lie for money, try for the money, cry for the money, lose and still die for money. What you do for money, guard your trust, and sound funny, rather hustle and shoot, your cash and keep money. I see people lie for money, try for the money, cry for the money, lose and still die for money. What you do for money, guard your trust, and sound funny, rather hustle.
The community's frustration with the rising death toll boils over in a live radio town hall meeting with police and community representatives.
Making peace, ending the violence is your chance to be heard and to speak out about the violence that has killed more than 100 young black men in this city in the last 5 years.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Beasley. I'm the mother of Sidney Hemmons that was killed July 5th, 2001. My question to you is, how exactly do the youth of Regent Park trust the police in the neighborhood when all it is to them is niggers are killing niggers?
Bill.
First of all, I understand the pain behind that statement. But at the same time, the police have a very difficult job to do. We have to prosecute these homicides, and therefore we need witnesses. And so therefore we do require not only people to share information with us, which can be kept confidential and usually is, but we need witnesses who can come forward and testify and give evidence in court in order for us to convict gunmen. And that requires people to actually come forward and be identified. That's our criminal justice system.
Overall, on a whole, I think that the police is the biggest factor as far as addressing this, because if there actually was trust between young people and the police, then you would see a lot more cooperation at this point. And I just don't think that that's something that exists even to this day.
I lose my son to another black child, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, nothing is being done about it. But I'm not gonna blame the police alone. I'm gonna blame my culture also and the community that I'm in, because they know what's going on and they're not saying anything.
After the meeting, Julia speaks with Detective Saunders about Shagun's case. He tells her no one will talk and no arrest is imminent.
To me, I find it ironic that a person would be sitting in a car with my son and doesn't know what kind of car he was sitting in, doesn't know anything about the car, doesn't know anything about the other two people that was in the car. You know, it's ridiculous.
It's frustrating because we don't have the evidence to go the final 10 yards.
A lot of people don't understand that just because we knock on the door, the person who opens the door is compelled to talk to us. This is Canada, and if a person does not want to talk, they have that right. Cases get solved with community involvement.
I don't think we're doing enough as a society to respond to this. I mean, on the one hand, we say members of the community aren't cooperating in terms of giving us names and so on. That doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens in an environment of distrust and fear of the police that a lot of people have because of past experiences and relationships that we have had. It's not because people don't want to catch criminals. Of course we all want to catch criminals, and we want to see justice done.
It's frustrating where your measurement is solved or unsolved. If solved included that, yeah, do you know who did it? Then the unsolved rate would be very, very low.
After 15 months without any movement in Shagun's murder investigation, Julia has written to the authorities, asking them to close the case.
I want to move on. I mean, if they're not working on the case, I feel they should close the case and go to something else where they think they can solve, or they feel they want to solve. You know, just forget it. Let me do whatever I have to do. You know what I mean? My son is already dead. And solving the murder, they're not going to bring him back. I feel that there is something else can be done, but the people who I think that can help to bring about this change to prevent all these kind of things, they're not willing to do it. I guess they probably don't see a need for it, but
Gaddafi Farquharson. Rita Fazio.
wherever Gaddafi may be in 10 years, I give thanks and I give praise. Gaddafi will be fine. He'll be okay. I can bring Shagun back, but I know I'll see him again. So that's hope. And if you have hope, you have everything. You have faith to endure, which I keep building my faith. This makes me stronger. It makes me stronger.
Give it up for my crew, chilling on the avenue. Give it up for my clique, coming after you.
My mama always told me that money adds up, so
y'all when money adds up, cause y'all ain't when money adds up with GP and beat it bagged up. When I rap, I don't rap for fun, and y'all, I don't stay strapped for fun. I'm trying to make money, not here to start shit fat. I rock my money bandana and my army flag, and I got an army, and they here right now, and I'm still independent like Destiny's Child. What they gotta offer us, I know an officer. He won't throw you in jail, he'll smash you and jack you. I know that for real, so if you think they're your friend, somewhere and somehow, then he's plain stupid and looking for a gun down.